What a season for the Huskies. Washington enters the national championship on a 21-game winning streak and is now looking for their first national title since 1991. And while, yes, Michael Penix and that offense certainly steal the show for Washington, they're probably the biggest reason why they're in this position, there are plenty of other reasons why Washington can win the championship Monday night in Houston. And that's exactly what we're here to break down today. So welcome back to the Gridiron Expert, guys. Here to break down 3 reasons why Washington can win the national championship. We did this for Michigan earlier today, and then tomorrow we will be bringing you our official national championship prediction, who will win the title on Monday. But until then, guys, please continue to like, to comment, subscribe, share our videos, and check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks, that holiday special there for you guys, hitting over 63% on our bowl game spread picks this year. We still have our NFL playoff picks, have yet to come out. Playoffs haven't started yet, but they start next week. So go sign up for those picks today so you do not miss out on those playoff picks. It's never too early to sign up, never too late to sign up, but take advantage of it now while the iron's hot and before those prices change so you can take advantage of all of our picks for the rest of this year and even into next season as well. So we're beating out over 80% of the national analysts and have done so each of the last 6 years. So again, the link for that down in the description below. So let's take a look at Washington, guys. This has been such a fun team to watch. I mean, really, Kalen DeBoer, he wins everywhere he goes. No exception in Seattle. This has been a remarkable run, dating all the way back to last season. But the Huskies, guys, you know, we talked about Michael Penix, that offense. They're electric. They're one of the best, if not the best in the entire country. But we're not here to talk too much about them today. We're giving you 3 other reasons why Washington can win. Number 1 is the fact that their defense, the defense, we don't talk nearly enough about them. Their defense is great at forcing their opponents into mistakes. And we're not just talking necessarily turnovers, but that's obviously a big part of it, right? The Huskies have forced 20 turnovers on the year, 16 of those being interceptions. They can get a pick or 2 off of J.J. McCarthy, who's taking great care of the ball for Michigan this year. Watch out. Because the thing is, Washington turns the ball or forces some turnovers, that offense is going to make you pay for it. Very rarely do the Huskies get stopped. So they get the ball, especially deep in their opponent's territory. It's resulting in points. The Huskies forced 2 massive turnovers against Texas in that playoff semifinal game in the Sugar Bowl. And also the fact that Washington's defense doesn't really break. And what do we mean by that? They're a team that might allow some big chunk plays and might allow some a lot of yards here and there, maybe even a lot of points. But when they need to bulk up, when they need to stiffen up, they do. Best example I can give you, people aren't talking about it nearly enough. Washington held Texas to a field goal with 1:09 left from the 7-yard line. That made it a 37-31 game, which ultimately was the final score. But if Texas had scored a touchdown later in the game, right then, it would have been a 37-35 game. And if everything had played out the same way, Texas would have just kicked the game-winning field goal deep in the red zone with no time left instead of having to score a touchdown. So Washington's defense came through very clutch with a little over a minute left. People aren't talking about that nearly enough. But again, if Texas scores a touchdown there, the Longhorns probably end up winning that game. So the defense doing their job. But this defense is phenomenal. They have forced a turnover in 6 straight games. They've actually forced 11 turnovers in the last 6 games. And you look at Michigan. You look at how sloppy they were against Alabama. If they don't clean that up, Washington will take advantage of it. The Wolverines nearly threw an interception on the first play of the game. They muffed a punt that led to the Alabama touchdown. They missed an extra point. They missed a field goal. They botched a flea flicker, which completely stalled momentum and stalled the drive. They muffed a punt inside the 5-yard line that Michigan was fortunate to recover at the 1 with almost no time left. Imagine if it had gone into the end zone, Alabama wins 22-20. So, you know, Michigan made so many mistakes and were very fortunate to get away with that. Alabama, for the most part, unable to capitalize off those mistakes. Washington will, though. So the defense, phenomenal at forcing mistakes. You do that, you're going to win the game. Number 2, Washington's ability to get the big plays. Washington, without a doubt, owns the offensive advantage over Michigan. Granted, the styles are completely different. Michigan's a slow, grinded-out type of team playing bully ball. They want to take up 6-7-minute long drives. Washington, they can do that, but that's not their forte. That's not exactly what they want to do. The Huskies are absolutely unbelievable on offense. As we know, they have 21 scoring drives of 2 minutes or less. 21 scoring drives of 2 minutes or less, and that goes both ways here. Not only shows you how fast Washington can score, but also shows you, hey, if we are down in the fourth quarter and we've got to run a 2-minute offense here to go get in field goal range or go get a touchdown, Washington is more than capable of doing that because of their big play ability. It's absolutely phenomenal. They have 4 touchdowns of 40 yards or more this season. They've practically been, as we know, unstoppable with that #1 passing attack. Again, 5 pass plays or more of 29 yards. 5 pass plays of 29 yards or more in that game against Texas. Had 2 29-yard completions, had a 32-yard completion, had a 52-yard completion, and a 77-yard completion, all against the Longhorns. A Longhorn secondary that statistically at the time was a little bit better than that of the Huskies. So you look at this for Washington, guys, that ability to get that big play when they need it, the ability to go deep and have a guy like Rome Odunze go up and grab it on those 50-50 balls, that separates the Huskies a little bit offensively from Michigan. And the ability to score so fast and the ability to score on those big plays is not only great just because you can get a quick score, but it takes away momentum. It completely demoralizes the defense. It gets the crowd into it. So much can come of a big play or a quick scoring drive. And Washington has been the best in the country in terms of doing that. And then finally, guys, the third reason that maybe people aren't talking nearly enough about is the fact that Washington knows how to close out games. The Huskies know how to win and close out the close games. Yes, they are 14-0. Washington, unbelievable year for them. Undefeated. 14-0. But 8 of their 14 wins have been decided by 1 possession, including each of their last 5 games. They beat Texas by 6. They beat Oregon by 3 in the Pac-12 championship. They beat Washington State by 3 in the Apple Cup in the season finale. Beat Oregon State by 2 in Corvallis and beat Utah by 7. Each of the last 5 games have been decided by 1 possession for Washington, and yet they continue to defy the odds and they continue to find ways to win. And that is a sign of a good team. Good teams find ways to win. In those games that we just mentioned, in those final 5 games, Washington allowed a combined 27 fourth quarter points. 27 fourth quarter points, and in fact, never trailed in the fourth quarter in any of those 5 games. The games may have been close, they may have been tied, but they never trailed in the fourth quarter in those 5 games that we just mentioned. So when the game gets tight, when the game gets close, Washington finds a way to deliver in the clutch. Maybe it's Michael Penix making a big play. Maybe it's the defense making some big plays like they did in that semifinal matchup against Texas. But the ability to win those close games and the ability to have overcome so much adversity and being in this situation before is maybe going to benefit Washington more so than Michigan, who for the most part has not been in this situation. Yeah, they came through clutch in overtime against Alabama. Yes, they delivered late against Ohio State. But outside of that, Michigan ran the table and was a cakewalk. They never faced too much fourth quarter adversity. They never played in too many close, scary games where one play goes wrong and you lose. Washington was in those situations. They found those ways to win. So they know how to deliver in crunch time. They've got a quarterback that knows how to deliver in the clutch. They've got a defense that's been in the situation before and a defense that wakes up. They know they get that light of fire in them in the fourth quarter. And that could be what is the X factor and the determining factor in a national championship game that I think we all are expecting and all are hoping to be a very close, fun, and entertaining game. So there you go, guys. Washington, 3 reasons why they can win. They are great at forcing mistakes. That defense, very, very underrated. They have that ability for big plays and very quick scoring drives. That's a big, big, big part of their offense and a big part of why they can win. And then finally, Washington knows how to win the close games. They know how to deliver in the clutch. The question is, can they do it one more time? Can they make it 9 one-possession victories in 15 games by the time the national championship ends on Monday night? So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching us here at the Gridiron Expert on YouTube. Tomorrow, we will have our official national championship prediction. Who will win between Michigan and Washington? Someone will be ending a massive national championship drought. Come back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time to figure out who it will be. But until then, please continue to like, comment, subscribe, share our videos. Check out everything down in the description below, including those expert picks, a holiday special there for you. Sign up now while the iron top before those prices change. You do not want to miss out on them. Again, the link for it down in the description below over on thegridironexpert.com. And once again, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on the Gridiron Expert.